For starters, I think the biggest thing we need to address are character changes. In the past, and in earlier versions of the final release to JSD, Gojo specifically had a bunch of source to his main. He now has a new combo extender move with his third move. Espear's first move combo extends on ragdolls, and his fourth move is a really great way to lead combos on, or wall combo. Another reason why I think JSD's player count is declining is very obvious at this point, well, at least in my perspective. Remember how I brought up the impatient Roblox players who were desperately dying to see this game release? Well, not only do I think the changes made from the beta to the final release definitely disappointed some players, and by changes, I mean the map, but I also think players are growing tired of playing JSD with no new content. I personally am not one to attack developers for not updating their game every day, or whatever, but I do believe this is a very detrimental reason for the decline of players. Going back the topic of the map real quick, I want to give my personal review on it. I definitely like it when games like this have more flat area to fight people on, where there are little to no spots people can jump onto and turn this shit into a parkour game. And I also like when the map isn't the largest thing in the world. This map is not only bigger than the old map, but has tons of room for runners and parkour masters to run off to. This is probably why they gave wall running a limit instead of letting people just run up walls indefinitely until they tripped or something. This map is a little big for a fighting game, and kind of has runners and parkourers floating in the air like Gojo, and if I were a Battlegrounds developer, I definitely would discourage the running. JSD's parkour options are fantastic, and shouldn't be removed. However, if a motherfucker is going to Super Mario his ass on the highest peak every time I pop ultimate, or beat his ass so bad that he starts running, it's going to get annoying.
Then check this out. Yo!
And I've got to say, in all honesty,
it was perfect. Perfect. Everything, down to the last minute.
Holy shit.
Jimpee. You fucking legend. Welcome back to another Roblox Battlegrounds video. Let's get started. To start, as you may or may not have noticed yet, the map is new, and way bigger than both Jump Showdown maps combined. If you remember in my last JSD video, I mentioned I personally prefer flatter surfaces in fighting games like this, where the map isn't too big and doesn't have tons of options specifically for runners. Well, Team JSD cooked. The new map, although super fucking big, finally fixes the issues from the previous map. Although this map is big, it is mostly flat, which I like a lot. From what I can get from this new map, it looks slightly similar to the oldest map JSD has had. For starters, character balances and changes were made. For Gojo, he has a new pseudo extender move, kind of like when Limitless Strikes had it. Simply hold space and press Ruthless Beatdown. Ruthless Beatdown will turn into Ruthless Kicks. Gojo's Limitless Strikes ragdoll cooldown has been decreased dramatically to make it physically impossible to downs them afterwards. It also launches to opponent to the fucking moon, and since this new map isn't covered in invisible walls, this makes this moves impossible to combo off of, well, almost. For the Espear, his right kick move was reworked entirely and renamed to Blink Strike. Instead of simply just teleporting and kicking your ass, he teleports, and a special animation plays if hit. This move can also be blocked. Espear can no longer continue combos from a wall combo, or after using move 4. Salt Puncher, also known as Reagen, has a few noticeable changes. His uppercut and down slam animations are different. His first move finally has a finisher. Apparently it's supposed to be harder to combo, extend his dropkick move. Reagen's Salto Splasher move was removed in favor of a new move. A green blob spirit will find the nearest target. If hit, the opponent gets like a second to backdash to prevent it from dealing damage or something. If you use a green blob on a low HP opponent, you get the funniest fucking finisher to exist in this game. Ryujin now has 2 ultimates, kind of. You see, his ultimate is now finished. His 4th ultimate move summons mob. Upon summon, your character actually just dips, and you now play as mob. When you do, you only get 1 move, and once you hit it, you get this super cool cinematic.
You got flipped? By who?
Yo, because he got the ball because he's CF, right?
To add on to Ryujin's changes, it seems like his 3rd move's finish no longer summons whoever is on your friend's list, now only summoning mob. I personally am not the biggest fan of it, but at the same time, it is pretty neat. For Kratos, they gave him a move variant for once he throws his axe. The move, Beatdown, is pretty much what it looks and sounds like. Though, the cool part of this move is that it has a finisher.
You know, there was 2 sides. What? So Julius, did y'all win or lose?
For PS Plus only, someone cooked here. Walter White is now a playable PS Plus character. His one and only move so far is essentially a flashbang and disorientation move that does a whopping 20% damage each time, and the stun it produces is long as fuck. To add on to this game's smaller changes, JSD now has 2 limited time emotes, Combat Gods, and Isogy. They have a kill leaderboard now, and other fixes to different things. So now that this update exists, what is there to say about the game now? Well, I will say that this is a huge improvement from the 2025 release. Gojo feels move fun to play all, just because of 1 move change. Espear still feels nice to use, Ryujin almost feels like a completely new character now, and Kratos is getting more brutal now. I'm going to be enjoying the fuck out of this game now. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more random shit like this. Enjoy the rest of your day and stay safe.